Net
vidradio.net, and then there is a
tab that says shows.
yes tab that says shows, and then you would click it and find fashion, flair, and lifestyle, and then you would be able to inquire on what it is that you wanted from us, so or wanted to add to our show. So hopefully you guys can do that.
I want to apologize to the YouTube viewers. We were kicked off the air momentarily.
We got kicked off for a minute.
Yeah, but we're back up now.
And to all like the different party promoters that do have reoccurring events weekly, you can also advertise with us many different ways. You can do a commercial, you can sponsor an ad, or you can sponsor a segment of the show for me to blast out your business and whatever you have and what you have going on.
We're going to show them what may be, an ad.
Okay.
And how we do it. That would be a banner ad on Fashion Flair that you're looking at right now. And let me put one over here on YouTube.
So Glenn is showing us what sponsored ads would look like.
Yes. And you could have your ad or your business shown in that spot periodically through the broadcast. And it's cheaper than printing flyers. And you reach more people.
Yeah, because it's shared across the Vent Radio platform.
Absolutely.
On the website. So we have our own
and across the world.
And across the world. Like people will say, well, when I sponsor, like, what is that? I said, remember, it's on YouTube. I said, so it's here 24 hours a day. I said, and people randomly search, look for things. I said, so if I'm sharing your business, you might have something that you may have to offer to another person, and they're clicking on your website. They're calling your phone number. You gain an Instagram follower. Things of that sort.
Mm-hmm.
But what else I had? Why do people keep calling me like I'm not working? They keep calling me like I'm not working.
Well, but you know our people.
Yes. So Glenn, I can do my resale look.
You want to do your look now?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, my jacket I'm wearing.
Oh, Lord.
What?
I'm so sick of you and these clothes. You keep coming up here with every week.
Glenn,
like
you know what?
So sharp all the time. It makes me sick.
You must think I'm sharp all the time because that don't come out my mouth. However, I was thinking today, I really take the time to find outfits to wear here every Saturday.
And that's good. That's a good thing. I love a woman who thinks of herself in that way.
And thinking to myself, I'm like, Nita, why do you gotta find the outfit? Like, what's so important? You know how I guess I talk to myself all the time. Why am I important?
That's because you are important.
Because guess what? What came to me today? I said, I still work a 9 to 5.
And you're trying to keep that dude at the house too.
Whatever. I work a 9 to 5, and we have dress codes. We have standards.
Right.
Of ways that we have to look.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Why can't I look good for something that I love?
Why is April sitting here just saying mm-hmm and got a mic right in her face? What? Oh my God.
April is has joining us today.
Yeah, you ain't at choir rehearsal. Open up.
I sung yesterday. So.
Oh, okay.
Nobody listen to Glenn. No. Glenn, they don't even sing like that in the Baptist church no more. Stop.
What they do now?
They be jamming.
What they be doing, April? Like what?
They be jamming.
They be jamming.
That sound like a club reggae club.
Forget it.
Good. So I thought, why, if I go to work in my, everyday dress code that I'm supposed to adhere to, why can't I look good for something
your own show?
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
I love doing.
You know what, Nita? That is a very valid point. Why is it that we think? Well, not think, because when you work in a day job, you have to do what Mr. Charlie say. But if you can do what Mr. Charlie say and look good in his workplace, why do we think that we shouldn't look at our best on our own stuff?
Exactly.
Because look at me today.
What's wrong with you?
I'm just, I got a, I got a do rag on.
See, you looking urban today, but you're matching.
But
You are matching. That's a good thing.
well, see, matching in this kind of, this is, I would go and paint the fence in this. I, eh, eh,
But you got to think, Glenn. You're behind the scenes.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I bet if, just like for instance, if I said, Glenn, I have a few guests coming today. You know what I'm saying?
I would look the
you're
part.
probably gonna say, "Oh, you got guests coming. I want to look a certain type of way."
Exactly.
But you have so many people that, like, people look at me and go, "Well, you always dressed up, or you always looking nice." And my niece say, "I'm always shining, got on something glittery."
But you have to,
But
dress for success.
I
believe.
I enjoy looking good for myself. You know, because it makes me feel good. I don't get dressed and try to look nice for nobody but myself. You know what I'm saying? If
Wait a
I
minute.
get
Wait a minute, hold on.
Glenn, don't chime in.
You don't not try to dress up for your man?
All I'm saying is
No, that was a
no.
question.
All I'm saying is when I get dressed, it's about me. If someone likes it, fine. But you have to feel a certain type of way about yourself. And then when you dress, it explodes.
You should. I mean,
all I'm
that's a
saying.
valid point. But, I mean, you don't just sometimes think, you know what? I want to look especially good for him today.
Probably. Depending if...
This woman is, you know, the thing with this, damn East Side women, man. Oh,
But all
Lord.
I'm...
She's looking good all the time.
Wow.
You ain't gonna see that, though?
Right, this
What
is
is
a...
going
This
on
is a...
with your
a-
mic, April?
I don't know, sir. You told me to talk in the mic.
It's a standard.
Okay.
It's a standard for me, is all I'm saying. You know, some people dress to part and look for other people. It'd be about me. You know what I'm saying? That's
And it
just,
should be.
Yeah,
It
you
But
know.
if
should
she's
be.
looking good all the time, then isn't her man gonna notice it?
Well, I'm not saying that he won't, but I'm saying sometimes.
You're saying go out and on a not special, just
No, around the house.
oh okay.
Because sometimes we talk on our day off, and you'll say, "Well, I'm over here with a big T-shirt on, and my son is mad at me because I got the door open." But I know when you're at home, you want to be comfortable, especially when you work and an entrepreneur. You really don't get any time off, so sometimes I know you just want to just say forget about it.
Yeah.
But what about those days when you just say, well, you know what? I just want to look good for him today.
Glenn,
You don't do
even
it.
in
huh?
my casual clothes, I'm fine.
Excuse
She
me.
got it like that.
Excuse me.
But Glenn, haven't you ever seen a woman that was appealing to you in a t-shirt? In a big t-shirt?
No,
Really?
Really?
no. I like women to look like women. And not saying that a woman in a t-shirt couldn't be sexy.
Right.
I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is I think that we've come to a place now where women just do whatever the hell they feel like doing at the time they feel like doing it. And sometimes you would get complacent.
But it goes back again to how you view and feel about yourself.
Yourself, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
But especially when you're in long-term relationships, you really just be like, whatever. You know what I mean? And men do it as
but
well.
I think it's to me, I don't care if you in a relationship, not in a relationship, in a situation, it's still about you.
I
Well,
agree with that because
it's-
it's about dressing for yourself.
Well,
And if you have pride in yourself,
I guess where I'm not driving my point home is that I'm not just only talking about dressing. I'm talking about looking your best
Mm-hmm.
all the time. And that doesn't necessarily mean gussying up.
Gussy enough.
Yeah. See, you gussies up, Nita.
Gussy enough. Now I didn't heard a new term.
I gave you a new one.
I never heard gussying up. What is gussying
That's-
up?
That means dressing up, looking sugar
Is
sharp.
that down south or
I mean-
east side or
Glenn.
I don't know.
is that Glen etiquette?
My mother used to say that to me, so it's got to be old as hell. But
Gussying up.
Gussy enough.
What you all gussied up for?
That's so cute.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna say, "Oh, you are gussied up."
You're right.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
You
no,
get what I
but-
mean? I think that, especially when you're in I'm speaking to most of the people who are in long-term marriages, relationships, situationships, or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
You just seems like naturally you get to the point where you don't care whether you're looking good for your partner.
Oh.
And I think that's how things, I think that's the beginning of how things start to unravel. And
Glenn, we're not talking about relationships. We talking
No,
about
I'm
fashion can cause a relationship to unravel.
yes. Who the hell want
I
to go
believe
out?
that.
Yes.
Because I had a friend.
Who the hell want to go out with a woman? I mean, I had a friend, and you could tell this person 2 weeks prior to, hey, we going to the Fox on this date and that date, and you show up, and they looking like, who the hell did it and what for?
She wasn't gussied up.
At all. She was gussied
So
down.
did you take her or leave her?
Left her.
So you just left her. You just was like, peace out. I got something to do.
Absolutely, because I'm not going in public with someone who doesn't care about the way that they appear.
Wow, that's interesting. Any of y'all guys call in 248-429-7224.
I did have a friend that she was my best friend, one of my best friends, and her husband approached me because her husband said that when he's home, all she puts on is this jogging suit and this jogging pants, and the jogging pants are one of his old pair of jogging pants, and he's tired of her every time they're home.
Really?
That's all she puts on is jogging pants.
See,
And he wanted me to try to like
help
talk
her.
to her to let her know that this is becoming less appealing
Right.
when he comes home.
I mean, even since I've known you, April, I've never seen you come to the studio just not groomed. I've never saw that.
But I think it's about your training, because even when I was a little girl, you know, my grandmother, I was raised partially by my grandmother. And even when I was sick,
That's why you
Like
act
if-
like an old lady.
whatever, when I was sick, I remember my grandmother would say, okay, get up, take a shower, and put on some fresh pajamas.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't lay in the same pajamas. I had to get up, take a shower,
Yeah.
and put on fresh pajamas, and she would put fresh linen on,
Right.
because that was the pace that she set in our lives.
And I, growing up, that's how our household was. You get up, wash face, brush your teeth, and you get dressed for the day. And I even, that rule sticks with my son. My
It
son is
does.
13. And when we get up on, just say for instance, Saturday, he said, Mom, what we got to do for the weekend? Within an hour to 2 hours of him waking up, he's showering, brushing his teeth, washing his face. He got his clothes on. It's going to determine, are we going out or are we staying there? He might put on some loungers.
Or guess what? Even when you train your kids that way, they know that if they don't get up and do those things that are required of them, they're not going.
Yeah.
So guess what? It becomes habit for them. Your son is always very neat when I see him. Hair is always cut, always neat. And I'm not saying that it has anything to do with your level of income or any of those things.
Right.
It's training.
Yeah. And again, your level of income really don't have anything to do with the way you dress. It's like it all goes back to how you feel about yourself.
Yes.
Because one of my good friends, she would shop from the resale stores all the time. And when I tell you she be sharp, was like, now, where you get this from? Girl, this was, and I'd be like, dang, but it would be the way that she put it together. You wouldn't even be able to tell. Like this look on the screen here.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a nice little segue.
That was a little slide in. Yeah.
Yeah, go on and start talking about your little
So
look.
my look I have on today, I have this moto jacket on with flowers. Have flower details, and this is a resale find of my own, so it's not available in stores. But this is a personal resale find of mine that I probably paid, I think for that jacket, maybe $20. Maybe $20 for the jacket. It was really like new.
That's why that man like you.
It was really like new, and when I checked the retail price on it, it probably was like $120, and I paid $20 for the
So
jacket.
how do you check when you get have a find like that?
Mhm.
How do you check what the original price was?
The label.
The label.
Yeah, it's just how you Google. I might look up the name of the brand and then look for whatever item it is. So sometimes I'm able to find the exact match, and then sometimes it might be something close to it. And then sometimes I'll see what the other sites and stuff are selling it for.
So
Kinda like that.
if I was to see you out in public and say, that's you really sharp, and you say, oh well, I have a boutique, and I said, well, can you, if I send my wife to you, can you put together a look like that for her?
Mhm.
But you knew it was a one-off. Would you tell me?
Would I tell you that I don't have it?
Yes.
No.
What would you tell me?
I would tell you, I would ask. I would need to know what it is that your wife like and what she don't like. So first, I would need to know a little bit about her, to know what her style may be, and bring her in and go from there.
Okay.
So I wouldn't like that. Would be turning a customer away, a potential customer away. She might like my look, but I could achieve this look, but maybe not this exact jacket like mine. But I'm sure I could find a faux leather jacket, maybe with a fire without it. Maybe she could do denim. Maybe it could be, suede, something like that. And what else? Then I have just a white cami underneath, and then I have on a tutu, a black, a tutu.
So you was gussied up.
Gussied up. I have a tutu, and actually, this tutu was free.
Free?
Yes.
You must be a booster.
No, my friend gave it to me. My friend, she gave me the tutu. She gave me a lot of stuff, but that was one piece that was gifted, so it was free. And my jacket, I paid like $20 for. My boots I have on, they are made by Sam Edelman, and they were brand new when I bought them from the resale shop. I paid $27 for them. So they're suede on the back and leather in the front.
And
so
how much did they retail for originally?
Those boots, like $100.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you spent basically $40.
Yeah. Free skirt, $20 jacket,
Sure.
$27 boot.
Sure. I wish my wife was watching.
Yeah, so you can really do some things with resale. Now, like I said, it just brings out your style, and it also helps you find things that you once loved, maybe outgrew, and then you might find that same item, in a resale shop.
The term resale, is that I know that we as a people, we look at it negatively, and I think it's because we don't really understand.
Well, what else I'm saying is like people will say, I have to tell people I'm not a thrift store.
Right.
I don't want your old clothes. So I had to start saying if it's 2 to 3 years and beyond, I'm not going to tell you no, because you might have some transitional good classic pieces maybe in your closet. But I don't want your old cross-colored jeans. I don't want your old used jeans, because I'm not vintage. That's for a vintage store.
That was my next question.
Yeah, I'm not vintage.
So there is a distinct difference between resale and vintage.
Yes. Like vintage would be anything like 10 years
or older. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So that would be a vintage, or like your antiques and furniture.
Do you take children's clothes in?
No. I don't. The reason I don't take children's clothes is because children's clothing have a lot of recalls. I'm just saying, whether it's clothes, shoes, sometimes you have recalls on the items and I may not know it. So I don't want to sell nothing, because it come with a little liability. Even though I got insurance, but still, I just don't. That's too much.
Now, here's a question that is probably going to sound ignorant, but I want to ask it because I don't know, number one. Okay. And number two, I hear ladies talking about things like this all the time and be like, ugh. What about lingerie? Do you take in lingerie?
No lingerie.
No lingerie.
I don't.
Why?
Because I don't know where it's been.
Yeah. Same place somebody's jeans been.
But you can wash a pair of jeans and
You
it's
can't.
okay.
You can't
You
wash
can
lingerie.
wash like that's like you don't share underwear.
Who
No,
said?
you don't.
Who said that?
I don't.
That's what your mama taught you, ain't it?
I probably taught myself that, but I'm sure my mom
Well,
told me that.
I'm just asking.
But I'm just saying.
I'm
But
just playing devil's advocate.
right.
But
But no, I don't. The reason I don't sell things that fit that's close to your body is because people have too much stuff going on. I don't want to be liable for that. With a pair of jeans or a shirt, I
Well,
can always wash it, send it to the cleaners. But underwear, lingerie, all that's just something different.
well, he kills germs.
I understand.
But you can't take those things to the regular store bag. They have a clause there
Exactly.
for like swimsuits
But
and
y'all be-
lingerie
when you go
and
in a-
panties.
when you go
you
in-
can't take those back.
Okay, but when you go in Victoria's Secrets, you try that stuff on.
No, I don't.
No,
Some-
certain things you can't try on. You can't try on panties at Victoria's Secrets.
Well, why do they have dressing rooms?
Because there's certain things you can try on.
Well,
And
like a bazier?
yeah, you can try on a brassiere.
Say
But
it
in-
again. Say that word again.
Bazier.
Bazia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That same thing as the other word
bra.
you just said.
That's-
Gussied up.
Gussied up.
That's
They
some
go with
more.
that.
That's some more of my French.
Oh,
She was
now
gussy.
it's French.
She was gussied
Gussy
up
with her
in her red
brassiere.
brassiere. But yeah, like when you
But is that an ignorant question?
No, it's
no,
not.
because I follow a lot of different people on social media and like more so Instagram, and I see a lot of people do resell, like they do sell lingerie. That's something that I wouldn't buy. That's something I wouldn't sell.
Because ladies say that they wouldn't wear someone else's lingerie or undergarments, but it's really not true.
What?
Women do wear other women's undergarments.
Yeah, the person that made it, like Spanx.
How do you figure women wear other women's?
Well, I just know that they do.
Oh well, Glenn, I don't know about that. But guess what?
Group of people you hanging around?
Well, I'm not hanging around anywhere, but I mean, people from large families, and some things you can find inside of a family that's been there for 2 or 3 generations.
And I mean, if
Like panties has been there. Their mama had them. Their grandmama had them, and now they got them. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna just leave that right there.
possibly, but I don't know. All I'm saying is I
Wow.
don't. But it depending on your circumstances, think about our people came before us. Their situations probably
We're
wasn't
different.
as it's a little different. So they probably did share stuff. But I bet once they got to the point where they did not have to share certain things, they didn't.
I
do
can
it.
remember being a little boy, and the people that lived downstairs from us had 3 sons.
Mhm.
And when their mother would like wash her whites, her socks and underwear, they didn't have like names in them to where who knew
Whose was whose.
whose was who.
Oh wow.
And this lady would actually wash her whites in a tub by hand
Right.
and then hang them on the line.
And everybody just wore whatever.
Everybody just grabbed what was clean.
And I mean, you got to think, depending on her circumstance,
Yeah.
that probably just worked.
It,
But
that's why I said what I said.
right. So what I'm saying is, I bet her children, as they got older, you know what I'm saying? Like you learn certain things from the people that you're around.
You
So
do.
they probably didn't think nothing of it, and it could have been a spouse or a friend, and they like, you do what? And they let you
Yeah.
know. That's like, you ask some people, how many towels do you use in the morning? I had somebody ask me, like, you use how many towels? I'm like 3? Well, what? Everybody not raised like that.
Exactly.
But
How many towels
raised,
do you use, Glenn?
A drying? Are we talking about a drying towel?
like your face towel, like most people have. Growing up, you use 1 towel. 2
No.
towels, maybe max.
2.
Okay? Right. So,
Did
now,
you use 2 face towels?
Never.
You use only 1 face towel?
I use 1 face towel, but I have a method of using it.
right.
I wash certain things before I wash
Certain
other things.
Right.
Okay.
So, but again, to a person who's been raised to use 2 towels,
That is like abnormal. Like,
abnormal. Exact. What?
yeah.
But I met a guy from Nigeria. I was in New York. I stayed at his home. And when I got up in the morning to take my shower, well, of course, I don't travel with face towels.
Mm-hmm.
He came in and he handed me this thing to appear to be like a net. It's kind of like a net, and it's balled up. And this
Oh,
is
like a loafer.
not a loafer, because a loafer, you know, you can go in Bed Bath Beyond and buy some. This
Right.
was something that was natural.
Oh, well,
It
what?
was kind of like a woven bush, some kind of woven bush it was. And this is what they bathe with. This is what they wash up
Really,
with.
like a woven bush.
Yes.
Wow.
And I was like, what I'm supposed to do with this?
Yeah, I mean, like I think it just it all depends. But like what I'm saying is, you can be raised to do things a certain way, but as you get older and your life evolve, you grow, then you learn certain things that, not to say it was bad or wrong, it worked for your life at that time,
But
based on your circumstances.
what about the people who don't use any kind of towel or apparatus to wash up? Because there are people like that as well. You know that, right?
Yeah,
I just learned that 3 weeks ago.
really?
Yeah, one of my sons, he has a friend that's a Jewish kid,
Mm-hmm.
and he spent the night at our house. And they were in the room talking about, well, my mom set out washcloth and towel.
Mhm.
He was like,
I don't need that.
I don't need that. What am I? And I was like, I didn't say anything. I'm just listening.
So look, listen to this. I got some little trending news I'm gonna discuss today.
Almost like the dealers.
Almost like the dealer.
Uh-oh.
You want to give me a little intro?
No.
No, okay. But slides, and this just like slid right into my little list. So in trending news today, Johnson's baby powder is being pulled from the shelves. They are
Totally.
recalling 33,000 bottles due to asbestos concerns.
Wow.
Everybody grew up on
Johnson's baby powder. Yeah.
And you know they've been sued because of the ovarian cancer, the talc that they were putting in the powder,
and they
that
lost
caused a
that
lot of
case.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I should have. I don't know how what the payout was, but they did end up paying some of the people.
It's humongous.
It's substantial to where it really affected like the growth of their company too, because they also have the issues with the are they the pharmaceuticals too? A lot of the opioids and all that type of stuff as well.
Johnson Control.
Yes. And in other trending news, this is interesting, which I didn't know. I know everybody know who Lamar Odom is, you know, and
That's Mr. Kardashian.
He is not. Him and Chloe is divorced.
She says she miss him now.
She probably do miss him. You miss somebody that you love. I think they really were in love. But listen to this. Guess who he was dating before Chloe?
Her mama.
No.
That is funny.
Taraji P. Henson.
Wow.
He left Taraji P. Henson for Khloe Kardashian.
Damn fool.
He said that Taraji was one of the best, quote unquote, black women that he had ever dated, that treated him swell and made him feel a certain type of way. He said he was just a young coward and then had a boss to tell her that he was in love with Khloe. Yep. What's your face, Glenn? You like whatever? Okay.
Do he know that Chloe had him disappear and end up in a brothel, knocked out?
You think so?
Every man that has ventured off into that family, what has happened?
Yeah.
Craziness.
They don't seem the same anymore.
Okay.
They don't seem the same. Did you guys see Simone Biles? She threw the first pitch to the World Series.
Oh, the young lady that did the
gymnast.
flip.
Yes, she did the flip. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I was like,
did you see her legs through those jeans?
How
Wow.
can I get like that? I don't think it's no hope for me, though. But
jump out this window right here.
I'm sorry.
If you
Glenn.
land like she did, you on your way.
I am not athletic at all, okay?
No.
I'm not into sports. I don't swim. I don't do none of that.
That was sweet though.
But
You
it
know,
really was nice.
She went against the German gymnastic judges
Uh-huh.
because they felt that she should tone down her performance.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they suggested if she did not tone down her performance, that they would possibly fine against her because they felt that she was causing a lot of gymnasts to feel that they could do the same thing, and she was causing a false hope. And so, from
Right.
the
You
German
know,
perspective,
We talked about that. And
You know,
and I was just saying, we talked about that on D-List a couple weeks ago, and that's when you're worth
you're dominant.
something. And
You're
and,
dominant.
Right. And a lot of times, and like that's in plain sight, people take that away from you because guess what? If she choose to, she's gonna have to dummy down her ability of
But
what
see-
she can do, her creativity. She got to dummy it down for somebody who not on her level.
I don't know if you guys know this or not. I know it because I'm a former basketball coach. But this is the reason that in this country, now we want to give everybody an award or a trophy, no matter where they placed.
Yeah, if you're
See-
not good, you're not good.
Well, see, America wants to dumb our abilities down so that their children can look like that they're actually competing. Because you can come in 55th place now and still get a trophy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I think you just have, I don't know. Everybody is not a realist, and I probably get this from my parents. It is what it is. Son, everybody's not going to like you. Everybody not going to love you, but they got to respect you. Son, somebody got to win. Somebody got to lose. Son, it don't always go your way. You got to figure out what works for you. Everybody don't want to be that honest.
But why?
And that's,
Why?
I don't
Because
know.
that's the absolute. America itself loves winners.
they do.
Yeah.
We love winners
We do.
in this country.
But guess who had the best stories? The losers.
Losers. Well, Reuben Studdard and Clay Aikens.
Exactly.
Reuben Studdard won. His
Clay
career
Aikens-
was nothing.
Yep.
Clay Aikens lost. His career blossomed.
But don't you think with Ruben that he didn't have the right songs?
It has nothing to do. He won.
But I'm saying
No,
after that.
he won.
Okay.
So if you win, something should come along with winning. Michael Jordan won. Thus, we call him the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Thus, he went on to sell millions and millions of terrible ass gym shoes.
Hey, Shondell.
So that's what I'm saying. When someone is steady pushing the finish line further and further away, and then we start to buy into it, starting to examine, like you just said, well, do you think he chose the wrong song? Clay Aikens didn't choose no song.
Yeah, I don't even know what he sung.
True.
And guess what? We have to do a moment of silence for Elijah Cummings.
Yes. Let me kill the bed.
Got to have a moment of silence.
I just want to know why when you was giving Mr. Cummings a moment of silence, why was your damn eyes closed?
Because, Glenn, that's just protocol when you moment of silence and praying.
I was
Allow
already
protocol.
quiet. I had to be blind too.
Yes. Yes.
Well, why couldn't you close your eyes?
Elijah
Glenn?
Cummings.
Well, I don't know why I'm supposed to be closing my eyes because I can't see when I close my eyes.
Glenn,
It's a mental reflection.
it is. Literally.
You're
When
supposed to have a mental reflection.
So I need to close my eyes to use my mind.
No, it's like
You know
you're
how
tuning
prayer go.
everything out.
Who?
you know how prayer go. You close your eyes.
We wasn't
to
praying.
tell-
We was giving him a moment of silence.
But that's still like
If you'd
praying.
have told me we was praying, I wouldn't. I would have just got up and went to the store or
Elijah
something.
Cummings was a U.S. representative and a civil rights activist.
Yes, he
He
was.
served 22 years in the U.S. House of Representatives. And just to, a few things that he worked on, what I picked up, he integrated public swimming pools. He fought for that. And that was something old, and something more current is that he played a leading role in the impeachment for Donald Trump. And I wish he would have been able to stay here to see what the outcome of that would be.
But he did sign for that. That was his last day on earth. He signed his approval to move forward with the impeachment.
He did.
That was the last thing he did on earth.
Wow.
Was he gave his proxy and he signed his approval to move forward with the impeachment.
Yeah. So yeah, Elijah Cummings. Oh, and Barack Obama spoke.
Yes, he did. He was wonderful.
To the Cummings family, Maya, Mr. President, Madam Secretary, Madam Speaker, Governor, friends, colleagues, staff. The seeds on good soil the parable of the sower tells us stands for those with a noble and good heart who hear the word, retain it, and by persevering, produce a crop. The seed on good soil. Elijah Cummings came from good soil. And in this sturdy frame, goodness took root. His parents were sharecroppers from the South.
And that was our president, the Honorable Barack Hussein Obama, at Elijah Cummings' homegoing celebration this week.
Yeah. And I was like, when I look at like where we are today as Black people, and I look at some of the younger generations, they don't, and even I'll just say Black people in general, don't really seek to find out how we got to where we are. Like the struggles and the sacrifice that
and they don't care.
The people that came before us went through. Like I couldn't imagine, like when I couldn't imagine some of the stuff that my parents went through, their parents went through, to just
for you to be able to do what you're doing right now.
For me to be able to be here, talking, saying what I want to say, dressing how I want to dress, going where I want to go, making my own decisions. I always think about that. And you have some people who never, I think some people probably don't even know who he was.
Some people don't.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, we get all types of phone calls on this network. We had a young lady who I thought was joking at first, called into one show, and she said that in her mind, Nicki Minaj had done more for Black people than Martin Luther King.
Oh my.
What?
And we thought that first she was joking. Well, come to find out, she was dead serious, deadly serious. And this is the thing, we didn't have the internet to refer to find out things that are happening throughout the world. These kids have it, but they only use it for messing around on social media.
Well, it starts in the home.
It does.
You know what I mean? Because the biggest influence on a child is their parent or whomever raises them. It should be on whoever raised them, because you have to teach them. Like I had to teach my son, hey, you're a young Black man, and own that. You know, you can't change the color of your skin, the texture of your hair. You can't change any of that. So be comfortable in your own skin, you know, and you have to share knowledge. You have to encourage them. But most people, if they don't have it within, like I said, it all goes back to you. It don't have nothing to do with nobody else. It's all about how you look at yourself and view yourself. Then you're able to pass that on. Within, you know, it enhances it with your child, you know, your grandchildren, and go on down. But I always call them rocking chair stories. Those be the best stories because you get to talk to someone who done been through certain things, can teach or share you something or share their stories.
Rocking chair stories, huh?
Yeah. You know, when you get old, you go to old people's house and they be sitting in the rocking chair or the recliner. Hey.
All gussied up.
All gussied up.
In their red
Brazier. Yeah. So you know it's funny, not funny, but I don't now I never talk about my book that I bought me today.
What
and
book?
I bring it every week. My book.
My Story,
Yep.
Your Guide.
Entrepreneurship, My Story, Your Guide.
I didn't even know that you had written a book.
You didn't know, Glenn?
No.
Are you really serious, or are you joking?
No, I'm serious.
You probably just don't remember.
No, you have not told me or showed me or this audience that I can believe. We can go back through other shows and see, but I don't think we've discussed this book at all.
Really?
Oh, Lord.
Jeez.
So.
Yes. So we'll talk about that.
We can talk about that right now.
We had a few minutes, sure. What do you want to know?
What do you want me to know? It's your damn book.
Hey. Change your tone, Mr. Gussie.
No.
Gussied up.
All because I'm gussied up. He wouldn't give me an attitude.
She's scared to talk about.
Collar.
She's scared to talk about her book.
No, I'm never scared to talk about anything. No, but this is my book, Entrepreneurship, My Story, Your Guide. And this is a story about myself and about my business, how I started, why I started, how I built my brand. And I also have, how many other authors in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other authors in this book that share their story besides myself.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we all talk about our journey, you know, like where we started and how we got to where we're at.
And how can people obtain the book?
You can obtain the book on my website, which is pureessenceresale.com. And then also on Amazon, you can get a digital copy or a paperback.
Huh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So I'll talk about the resale industry in here. Like when I first started, like I did a vendor event. One of my friends, Sarah, she was doing a pop-up shop. And I had just started, so this was like May. And so I reached out to her on Facebook, didn't know her. And I asked her, I was like, you know, I see you doing an event, you know, with my brand Fit. She was like, what, girl? Yeah, come. So that was like my push to start, which was like May 2015, to get my business out there, pass the card, network with different people. And this, so that pushed me to, you know, be serious about my business and share. And then 2017 is when I did the book. In 2017.
Wow. Well,
yeah. So it's a really good story. I read it.
I didn't know that you were an author.
Yes, I am an author, a fashionista. I'm a mother. I'm an author. So you working with some heavy. You working with some heavy hitters, Glenn.
Well, I like working with heavy hitters.
Yeah, but
I really don't want to work with anything else, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I had no idea that you had published the book.
You have to look on another show. I know we talked about this from the first or the second show.
Not.
Well,
you
yes.
Wouldn't want to bet anything on that, would you?
No.
Okay. Well, you guys go and pick up My Story, Your Guide, by our very own Asnita L. Norman. I'm sure that it's a good read.
It is.
Because she's a hard worker. A little weird, but
That's
a hard
okay.
worker.
I'm not weird. I'm different.
Yeah, that's what Prince used to say too.
Exactly. That's why it's the word different.
It was crazy.
You just don't understand me. And
Look,
guess
and
what?
she
I
put
said I'm
then
unique.
she put the book up under the other book.
Because it's a way of fit order. This is a small one.
Wow.
I'm not covering myself up. It's okay.
She's kind of like the white glove, y'all.
The white glove.
Yeah, she'll come in your house and wipe your couch off before she sit down.
Really, Glenn? Whatever. I mean, I do.
I know you
what?
do.
But it's funny because I always wash my hands and stuff, but I don't know what happened or what I experienced, but I have to wash my hands like every time before I touch something.
Yeah,
like literally,
you
constantly.
So you kind of like Howard Hughes.
OCD.
I wouldn't call it OCD.
Do you when you touch a doorknob?
You know what? I forgot where I was. I was some restaurant or something, and they had where you didn't have to touch the door. You open the door like with your arm,
like that.
so your arm fit in, and you do it like that. So your arm will fit in there.
So now you don't get germs on your hands; you get it on your elbows.
That's okay. I just hang this jacket up. It's not in my bed or nothing like that. So yeah, that's it. Sure is. I thank everybody for joining. I don't believe nobody didn't call in on us today.
Yeah, 'cause they was over there messing around on your phone.
They wasn't on my phone. Just a few people. It's okay. I have to show the listeners what we got going on.
Well,
so they'll understand, what I have to offer.
You have a full house over here on Facebook.
I do.
But
Hey, full house.
sometimes, just depending on what's going on, we're getting towards the end of the month. And people are trying to figure out how they're going to pay their bills next week and all of that stuff. So, it varies from time to time. But the information is there and it's out there.
Yep, that's the best part about it. You can always look at it 24/7.
Yes.
Yep.
But congratulations on your book.
Thank you very much, Glenn.
I really didn't know that.
You really just harping on this like I didn't.
Because
You blown away.
I'm blown away.
Yeah.
I'm
I guess
blown away.
you know, and I probably, depending on our topics, I do share a lot, and then there's some things that, not to say, oh, I forget I'm an author. I have to remind myself.
Do you keep
sometimes.
books in the trunk of your car with you?
I don't have any today, but you can borrow this one. You can rent this one.
I can borrow.
Yeah,
it?
but this is gonna be the library. You can rent this one.
No, I wanted to tell people that if they, because everybody's not internet savvy.
No, but you know what? I do have actual books at home, so I can make sure I begin to carry them.
So if you want to read entrepreneurs, if you want to read Nita's journey, you can contact the radio station.
Yep.
And we'll make sure that you get a copy of the book. If we have to mail it out to you, or you want to come by the station and pick it up, whatever you want to do, we'll make sure that you get it so we can be supportive of her.
Yes, and I'm also available to speak, if you have panel, motivational speaking. And like I said, I don't mind sharing
You do that too?
Yeah.
You ain't motivated me at all since you've been here.
That's okay. You probably can't be motivated. Oh.
This is true. I'm self-motivated.
See, you might not need
See, I come to your little motivational speak and stand up while you're talking. What?
And I'll be like, security. Security. And you out of there.
Let me tell you one thing.
Well, I really, like I said, thanks to everybody for tuning in. We're going to get ready to wrap it on up. So thanks for tuning in to Fashion, Flair, and Lifestyle. Again, I'm Asnita. And you can find my business, pureessenceresale.com. I'm on Instagram at pure_. And again, I thank you for watching, tuning in to Fashion, Flair, and Lifestyle. Have a good day.